It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm going to kind of go rapid fire here, and hopefully after a few minutes you'll have just a good idea of what we do here at Mobile Coach. We're a tech company founded in 2013. My name is Vince Hahn. I'm the founder of the company. Our key product is Mobile Coach Platform. It's a chatbot authoring and management tool. And a large book of our business is supporting organizations like the Air Force that create chatbots to facilitate learning. So I'm going to give you just a quick overview of what our platform does and why a chatbot would be a useful tool for learning, and then I'm going to run through some really common use cases, hopefully turn on some light bulbs today. So clients can use our platform to design and manage a single chatbot or many chatbots and manage them in a secure way. So let's keep going here. So when I talk about chatbots, a lot of people immediately think about their own experience as a consumer, where you go to some public website and a chat window pops open and you're interacting with sometimes with a live agent, but a lot of times it's an automated computer simulated conversation. So that's a very common type of chatbot, but I wanted to mention that the definition of a chatbot is a computer simulated conversation. And so you can have chatbots in different modalities. So for example, take a workplace collaboration platform like Microsoft Teams, where we're on today. You can have a chatbot on Microsoft Teams. If you can authenticate into that collaboration platform, where a chatbot over here on the left might treat you as an anonymous person every time you go to that website, when you interact with a chatbot after authentication, it can actually remember who you are. So it could say, hey, Vince, welcome back. Here are some courses I'm going to suggest for you, or other types of very personalized interactions like that. And you can extend chatbot conversations onto mobile messaging platforms on your mobile device. What's really game-changing about extending a chatbot on a mobile device is that by and large, the user experience on these first two modalities is passive. And if you can extend a chatbot conversation onto a mobile messaging platform, it can be programmatic. It can actually initiate interactions. And from an instructional design perspective, that's really significant because everybody has their phones with them. And the reason why you would want to consider a chatbot to start with is that anytime you're trying to engage a learner in some sort of software-based learning experience, there's going to be friction. What's my username and password? Where's that app again? Boy, I really don't like I don't read my emails because my inbox is totally filled up. These are all things that as learning professionals we have to wrestle with. Chatbots are conversational user interface, and so they're extremely frictionless. And so you can create a chatbot experience that's not only passive, but it's programmatic, where, hey, let's create some rules that if a learner is interested in a specific topic, let's cater the chatbot conversation to that topic that they're interested in. If a learner works on a swing shift, and so let's make sure that the chatbot experience is happening while they're at work. And so you can create all these rules and conditions to personalize a learning experience. So a key factor to make it truly frictionless is to choose a channel where they already are. And so our platform supports designing a chatbot in one place and then turning on that chatbot experience in either one channel or many channels at once, like Microsoft Teams, like Zoom, like SMS, or all these that you could see on the screen here today. And so that's kind of the idea behind a chatbot. Now you might say, okay, well, what are some use cases where this could be useful? I'm going to rapid fire through a few of them, and what I'm going to do in the Teams, if I can sort of multitask, feel free to take a screenshot of any of these that you might be interested in, because I'm going to go really fast through these. And at the end, I'll post in an announcement in the Q&A. I'll just copy and paste, because you can see you can't click on this Teams link. So if you want to try out the training reinforcement, I'll actually paste in the link so you can click on it and try it out. So training reinforcement is a wonderful use case. I'm in some sort of formal training environment, whether it's e-learning or whether it's instructor-led. But what about what's going to happen afterwards? So you can design a chatbot that gets smart about that training content and then pushes reminders, nudges, new content, accountability messages to me all through a chatbot. It's a great user experience. So let me just continue to run through this. New hire onboarding is another wonderful use case where, instead of hooking someone up to fire hose and saying, hey, here's a bunch of content, good luck with you. Why don't you drip that over time? You can also customize some of the new hire materials, not only around sort of administrative stuff, but cultural things and work expectations and things like that. So another really wonderful use case. And again, I'm going to drop all of this information in the announcement so you can, you don't have to try to scramble to write it down. Or again, feel free to take screenshots of the slides. Performance support's a wonderful use case for a chatbot because this really underscores the value of frictionless. So if I'm stuck in my job and I know there's a manual somewhere, and I know that I can get to the manual if I just find that URL or find it on my shelf or something like that. We're human beings, and so any step of friction is going to just reduce the amount of people who are going to actually leverage the resources you have available to them. If I could just grab my phone and just say, hey, where's that job aid again? Have it delivered right to me in a frictionless way. It's a really cool way to leverage a chatbot to help learners out. Microlearning, where you can create a course. Imagine bundling an e-learning course, a traditional e-learning course that maybe takes an hour, spacing it out over time through a chatbot conversational user experience. Can be a nice user experience. I've got one more, and that's gamification. So sometimes there are, we just need a little bit more motivation to get through maybe required compliance training or things like that. So gamifying it can be really fun. But a lot of times gamified software requires you to actually go to the platform to do the gamified user experience. But if you can just put it right on their phone or right on Teams, again, really, really easy. So that hopefully turns on some light bulbs for you. This is a really cool modality for learning. Here's just a partial client list. We typically work with large organizations that are complex, that have complex security requirements and need workflow that they can manage without having to get a bunch of IT or software engineers involved. Everything in our platform can be self-authored, self-managed, and secure. So that's a little bit about Mobile Coach. You can access any of these demos as well by going to mobilecoach.com/demo, and the links are right there as well. So that's it. Boy, did I take a breath? Well, I'm going to take a breath now and see if there are any questions.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mobile Coach. And we'll give it kind of that 20 to 30 second period to see if some questions come in. We have also shared your industry profile link for the event in the Q&A for folks to follow up with you as well. All right, and it looks like we do have a question. How easy/difficult is it to program a chatbot?
It depends on the complexity of what you want. Normally, if you're doing like a training reinforcement chatbot, which is a very common use case for our clients, it's maybe a day's worth of work spread out over a couple weeks to get approvals and testing and all of that. So to use our platform, you do need to get certified on our platform, which we provide all the training. And the number one skill that's needed is not technical, but writing. Writing is the number one skill. The other option is to outsource the chatbot design to our team, and we can do the configuration for you as well. So typically from the start, from the time you say go to the time you have a functional chatbot, it's about 30 days.
Awesome. And the next question we have is, has this been tested in a .mil environment?
It has not.
No problem. Perfect place to be presenting with some military customers then. The next question we have is, where is the data housed? Also, how different/difficult is it to program the chatbot?
So we're a SaaS-based platform. We're ISO compliant. We do have some clients that have extra security protocols, and so we do have the option where you can host your own instance of the Mobile Coach platforms for extra security. So those are two common solutions for security considerations. I really kind of mentioned a little bit about the complexity of authoring. It does require, we do have like an 8-module training to learn how to use our platform. So again, you don't have to be a developer or technical, but you do need to go through the training to learn how to author using our platform. Or as I mentioned, you can outsource it to our team and collaborate with them too.
Thank you. Next question we have for you, is this chatbot compatible on the Zoom platform?
It is. We just launched Zoom compatibility today, actually, out of coincidence. So absolutely.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that does look like all the questions that we have. We've published them in the Q&A, and we'll continue to do that if more come in. But thank you again, Mobile Coach, for being an industry presenter.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.